Hello and welcome to what should prove to be a very motivating episode of the Flagstaff County podcast. I'm your host, Cary Castagna, Communications Coordinator for Flagstaff County. Today, I'm joined by personal trainer Josh Damberger of JDHD Fitness. Josh is going to tell us a little bit about himself and what services he offers, and then he's going to give us some tips to keep us all moving as we inch closer to the halfway mark of the Flagstaff Fitness Challenge. You don't want to miss this episode. Let's get fitter, Flagstaff. You're listening to the official podcast of Flagstaff County. Welcome, Josh. Now, Josh, you're based in beautiful British Columbia, but your services are available to Flagstaff County residents through Zoom or FaceTime. That's right?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Cary. I am in Vancouver, and my services are available for Flagstaff County members. You can book through Home of Wellbeing. That is my mom's massage shop. Also sells nice body work wares and stuff. So, yeah, if you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. Your mom is none other than Shirley Damberger, owner and operator of Home of Wellbeing, a charming boutique day spa, and your wellness center on Main Street, Daysland. So local residents can book your services, as you said, by going to the Home of Wellbeing website. Now, you've got lots of information for us today, so let's get right into it. First off, let's find out a little bit about you and your fitness business. So how and why did you get into the fitness industry?
For myself, I got in the fitness industry because myself, I think like a lot of other people, struggled with self-esteem growing up and just confidence. So working out was something that really gave me that confidence. Not at first, obviously. It was a hard journey for sure. But once you start seeing those results, you get that progress going, then it really builds that self-esteem and motivation. And when I saw what it did for me, I wanted to help other people with that as well and get that same feeling of accomplishment and well-being. And it just helps with everything, really, in my opinion. Fitness, just mental health, physical health, everything. It just makes life a little bit easier to live. So that's what got me into it.
Yeah, for sure. And do you remember the first time you picked up some weights?
Yeah, I was actually pretty young. My mom actually got me a set of weights when I was very young. I think around 13 was the first time I picked up weights, and just doing little things here or there from what I'd seen on TV. But I didn't get seriously into it till probably about, I would say, 19 was when I really started taking it seriously.
Yeah, and then you noticed the progress, eh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
All right, so you've been at it for a few years. What are some of your fitness credentials?
Yeah, I've been at it since I was 22, so just turned 31 last week. So it's been quite a while in fitness for me. My credentials, I am ACE certified, just a fitness certification you can get that makes you eligible to train in Canada and the US. So I thought that was super beneficial. I have some Olympic lifting courses under my belt, some powerlifting courses, kettlebell courses, done some yoga courses. So I like to be as well rounded as possible. Fast, agile, flexible, everything to keep you going. And I've taken some nutrition courses as well. That's not a service I commonly offer, but if anybody is interested, I do offer that as well.
Oh, that's great because really the training and the nutrition kind of go hand in hand, wouldn't you say?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, honestly, the better you eat, it's just going to help all around for sure. I do recommend people when they first start out, don't worry so much about tracking the diet. Just small steps first, and then get a little bit better every day with the tracking.
All right, and what services do you provide?
So I do the Zoom training. I can do group training, typically 30 minutes I'll do. I can do in person as well, but obviously not for the Flagstaff County people. But yeah, I do 30-minute sessions, hour-long sessions. I offer nutrition advice as well. Those are usually just, again, the Zoom meeting where we'll discuss different eating habits for anywhere from half an hour to an hour, and then I'll come up with a plan on my own time. But right now it's just half an hour sessions and hour sessions. The group sessions I mentioned, I typically charge 10 per person, $10 per person, and as many people as we can fit.
So, and of course, 10 personal training sessions with you valued at a total of $500 will be up for grabs in the Flagstaff Fitness Challenge grand prize draw happening in a few weeks. More on that later, but next, Josh, you've got some health and fitness tips for us. Please go ahead and run through them.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I would say start slowly when you're first making those habit changes. A lot of people's first instinct is to just do everything all at once. So you change your diet, you change your workout, you just try and change everything. And I'm giving up chocolate, and I'm getting just
It's kind
everything
of all
at
or
once.
nothing, right?
Yeah, and I definitely don't recommend that for long-term success because it's tough. We all have our favorite things we like to eat or drink, and giving everything up all at once is definitely a challenging thing. I say make many small increments as you can. One thing I recommend, because I have a bit of a sweet tooth, I like to get things that mimic the sweet tooth. So, like for instance, a soda water, something like a bubbly, something like that, or some cacao chocolate, or things just with lower sugar content, but still kind of satisfies that sweet tooth.
Yeah, just making smarter choices.
Exactly. And as far as your workout regimen as well, that's an all or nothing thing for a lot of people as well. Go from no exercise to 5, 6 days a week. And to me, that's not sustainable in the long run. I always recommend 2 to 3 days a week to start out is excellent. If you can throw some walks in as well every day, it doesn't have to be a huge walk, but like even a 10-minute walk after dinner, you'd be surprised how good that can make you feel, and just helps your food digest faster as well. And if you're having a family dinner or friends or whatever, it's nice to just get out and have a walk afterwards, and you guys can chat about the day. So I do recommend adding in outdoor walks as often as possible.
All right. Any other tips that might help us as we
Yeah,
go through the Flagstaff Fitness Challenge?
for sure. Just plan for success as well. So if you can meal prep, you're not going to have a cheat meal if you already have your meal prep. So if you do a big dinner on the weekend, like cook up a bunch of extra rice, bunch of extra veggies and meat, then you can throw your meals together for at least a few days a week, if not the whole week. And then you're covered. You don't have to worry about like, oh, I don't have anything to eat. Because that's when you make the worst food decisions, is when you're hungry.
Yeah, you got to prepare. Like, yeah.
Exactly. Prepare as much as possible. Set yourself up for success. I like to keep little snacks around as well, like mixed nuts or protein bars, protein shakes, even an apple, bag of carrots, something like that, just to make sure you're covered. Because, like I say, when you're hungry, that's when you'll make those bad food decisions. It can hurt your progress.
For sure. And then, I mean, people are busy these days, but I mean, as you said, it doesn't take a lot to get on a program and to do something consistently, right? I mean, we don't have to work out 2 to 3 hours a day.
No, that's not realistic in this day and age. Everybody's got a lot of things going on. And I wouldn't even recommend that if you did have the time. 2 hours a day, you'd be just completely wrecked, in my opinion. And then you're not set up to do the fun things, like whatever, go on a hike or go for a swim or kayak, or where, like whatever you do to like you like to unwind. Half an hour is awesome for a lot of people. Like that is very ideal. Not going to be super worn out, but just that little bit of movement can really help improve your day and just over time body composition as well.
And so how many days a week would you say? Like half an hour?
Yeah, half an hour. I would recommend starting out 2 to 3 times a week. Again, adding in those walks on the days that you don't work out necessarily. I always recommend a little bit longer walk on the days you don't work out, but that can make a huge difference. The recovery is a lot of the journey as well. If you don't have a good night's sleep or give your body that rest that it needs, then you're not going to want to show up for the next workout session. So very important to consider your rest and recovery as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. Now, are there some mistakes that you notice with your clients that, some general things that people seem to do that kind of put them back a little bit?
Yeah, we already talked about it, but the all or nothing philosophy, definitely that's a super
Oh,
common
yeah.
mistake. And I would also say just being too hard on yourself. A lot of people, if you don't do that all or nothing, you beat yourself up and be like, oh, I'm not doing good enough. Or if you miss a day, it's not the end of the world, but just try and show up as often as possible and be good to yourself with that because you're on this journey. It's never going to be perfect. So just dial it in as best you can and celebrate the little victories. Showing up for a workout, celebrate that. That's a big accomplishment.
Yeah, that's a good philosophy to have because we're all going to miss workouts. We're all going to eat too much.
Yeah, it happens. We're human. So try not to beat yourself up too bad about it and then just show up a little harder next time. If you feel like, shouldn't have had that cake, the next workout you have, then just come after it a little bit harder.
And then I'm just interested what a personal trainer does to keep fit. What kind of things do you enjoy doing, and what kind of philosophy do you follow yourself?
Yeah, for myself, I like a more bodybuilding style workout. So I'll hit a couple muscle groups a day. I'll structure it usually a chest and back day, then a leg day, then an arm day. But what I've been doing a lot lately, just to get that recovery in, like we talked about, is I do a weights day. So that would be like the chest and back, legs, arms, whatever I'm doing. And then I would do a cardio day after that and then a yoga day. I highly recommend yoga to anybody who has not tried it, just for flexibility and longevity. It definitely helps. The older we get, the more creaks and cracks start happening. So the more yoga you can do, the more malleable you be. Motion is lotion. So the more you move and stretch, less likely you're going to have that low back pain, knee pain, all the pains that we start getting the older we get.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, and it sounds like you have some variety in your workout regimen.
That is also what I'd recommend to anyone getting into it is variety. It's going to keep you engaged in it. The more you do the same stuff over and over, it can become monotonous, and then your workout feels like a chore instead of like a meditation or an escape from the pressures of daily life. I like to treat a workout like my relaxation time. As weird as that sounds, because it can be a difficult thing, but it's in a way it's a relaxation time. You're not worried about bills. You're not worried about anything in that time. Just take that time for yourself and yeah, enjoy as much as you can.
Yeah, because it's an escape, right? Or
Exactly. Yeah,
yeah.
it's some time for yourself, and we most of us don't get a whole lot of time to ourselves to just enjoy. So I like to treat my workout like that.
But obviously, as a personal trainer, you enjoy working out. So, I mean, I guess people should find, activities that they enjoy.
Yeah, exactly. No, I've been doing it for so long. It's just a habit now at this point for me. It's part of my life. But I too, I have to find things that I enjoy. I have to structure the workouts the way I enjoy, but still being smart, like I said, with those recovery days. But getting outside and enjoying nature is that's one of the best things to do as well. If that's your thing, obviously that's not everybody's thing, but
Hmm.
yeah, would highly recommend that because every workout doesn't necessarily have to be confined to lifting weights or hitting the treadmill.
For sure. Well, thanks, Josh. That was some good information. Now let's talk a little bit more about this year's Flagstaff Fitness Challenge, which, in my humble opinion, is a can't miss summer opportunity. I mean, it gets people of all ages and abilities moving and taking stock of their health. And we all know that's a good thing when it comes to our collective quality of life here in the Flagstaff region. So we currently have 134 fitness enthusiasts signed up on Strava for this year's challenge. That makes it our biggest challenge yet. But we've also got room for more. Josh, what would you say to someone who may be on the fence about joining this year's challenge?
I would just say take charge of your fitness. It's going to change your life for sure. And this is a great time to do it in the summer because then you build that habit for the winter where we don't necessarily have the opportunity to go out as often. It gets mighty cold in Flagstaff. So building that habit of exercising now, it's definitely going to get your uh, progress just geared up for that winter season. And that's going to help big time with that the winter blues that come in when you're leaving for work and it's dark and you come home and it's dark. it can get pretty demoralizing. So if you build your fitness routine now, you'll be set up for huge success in the fall and winter. And then you don't have to worry about those Christmas pounds either as much.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so we got to build some momentum now when
Exactly.
when we don't when we can't make as many excuses for not getting active.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's one of the biggest things for fitness I recommend is that momentum. Once you get 2, 3, 4 weeks, you just start getting that snowball effect, and then you start seeing more and more results, and it makes it more and more enjoyable.
Yeah, no, personally, Josh, I've been on Strava for about 4 years now. I really do enjoy being able to track my activities through the app and then comparing my progress to others around the Flagstaff region and beyond. Also, the participants are all very encouraging. It's always a good feeling when you get kudos or a thumbs up from someone. And if that's not enough, a $500 training package with you will go to the winner of our grand prize draw in a few weeks. That's a nice incentive. Too bad I'm not eligible to win.
Absolutely. It's great incentive to keep that. And having that kind of team camaraderie is one of the biggest things, too, that can help you out with your success. The more people you're having in your life encouraging you, the more likely you're going to stick with it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely something psychological about that. But thank you, Josh, for your time and your expertise. I really appreciate it. I don't know if there's anything I'm forgetting to ask you or anything else you'd like to add or.
No, it was my pleasure. I just like to add, super proud of the Flagstaff County for going through this fitness challenge, and it just makes all the difference in the world to commit to a routine and can improve everything in your life, in my opinion. Obviously, I'm biased because I'm a personal trainer, but would highly recommend it for anybody who's on the fence. Jump in, and you'd be surprised what you can do.
Well, thanks, Josh, and thank you to our listeners. And if you haven't already, please join us in this year's Flagstaff Fitness Challenge. For more information, please visit flagstaff.ab.ca. Let's get fitter, Flagstaff.